fluid art and Dutch pour artists. My name's Dawn and welcome to my channel. I'd also like to add, if you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Today's all about blues. So I'm going to call these three pieces Brilliant Blues Obsession. My daughter requested 3 12 by 36 canvases. She wants 3 different background colors and 5 different colored blues with 24 karat gold worked in. So let's take a look at the layout. So first of all, I keep a journal of every piece I make. You can't really read this very well because it's backwards, but I just wanted to run through this real quick because when I first started, I didn't do this and I should have known better. So I love to keep a journal that tells me what size canvas pieces I used, how much they cost. I keep track of the amount of background color that I had to use. I keep track of the amount of paint that I put down before I blow it out. And then I also make sure I write it down as far as the exact order, so that way I can kind of tweak things if I didn't like how it came out, or I have it on paper, in concrete as far as, hey, I loved how that came out and hopefully I can do it again. So layout is going to look something like this. So at the top, we're going to use a Phthalo Blue by Liquitex Basics. And then at the center section, I'm using the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White. And then at the bottom, I'm using a neutral gray by Liquitex Basics. So those are the background colors. Then as far as the strips of color that I'm going to use, let me run through that real quick. I'm going to put the strips of color between the blue and the white, and then between the white and the gray down below. So let's take a look at those. I'm going to use the Phthalo Blue by Liquitex Basics just at the bottom because the background color is the Phthalo Blue at the top, so I don't need it up there. So laying that down first at the bottom. Next up, I'm going in with a dark Prussian Blue by Liquitex Basics. Next up, I have Iridescent Blue Green by Pebeo. Then I'm going to add Metallic Blue by Artist Loft. I'm going to go in with a 24 karat gold by Deco Art. And I am pumped and excited about trying this one out. I've been using the Extreme Sheen line, and I don't know, you know, some pieces have come out great, but others with different background colors, I feel like this just kind of, the other Extreme Sheen just kind of floats to the top of all over my entire piece. So I'm excited to try this one out. I noticed when I mixed it up, it comes out of this canister jar really thick, and I can't wait to see the results. So there's that one. And then finishing it off with a light blue by Artist Loft. As far as the paint mixtures that I use, let me share that with you real quick. So I use 2 parts Flood Floetrol to 1 part paint, whether it's the tube paint or the flow acrylic from Artist Loft, or maybe it's Deco Art. And then I use 75% of the amount of paint of distilled water. So let's say I start out with 50 grams of paint. I'm going to double that to 100 grams of Flood Floetrol. And then I'm going to calculate 75% of the amount of paint I used, which was, again, 50 grams. I lay everything out on my digital scale. So I take 50 grams, I multiply that times 0.75, which comes out to about 37.5. So 38 grams of water. Now, depending on the brand I'm using, depending on the color that I am mixing, depends on the amount of water that I use to get just the right consistency. That's going to be a different video. But I just want you to understand, you know what? You're going to make mistakes along the way. Yesterday I just scraped off a whole 24 by 24 canvas because my background color was too thick and my colors I laid over the top did not flow across the top like I wanted it to. So, hey, you're going to figure it out. It takes time and you're going to make tons of mistakes on the way, but hey, that's art. That's what makes it fun. So when I come back, I'm gonna have the base paints, background paints laid out on the 3 canvases for you, and we'll start painting. All right, everyone, so what I did to save time is I went ahead and put down my base colors. So I have my Phthalo Blue up the top, and it's facing me because that way when it's up on the wall, I can kind of figure out how I want it to lay out. So sorry, but you guys are upside down. So then I have my white flow in the middle, and I have my gray, neutral gray tone on the bottom. I'm gonna get all my air bubbles out first. And I just have a torch for that. We're gonna go through and pop up all those bubbles. I don't want any of those in there. And then we'll go back through again before I actually lay my color strips down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start laying down some color as I promised. I'm going to start, I have the Phthalo Blue up here for the base, so I really don't need, I actually am going to go through a little bit just because I do have a little bit of canvas showing up in between. And I probably don't have to worry about it as much as I think, but I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that. Okay, we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and lay my layers of paint. Again, we're going to start with Phthalo Blue down here at the bottom. And I'm going to go with my Prussian Blue next. Shake it up a little bit first. And I'm going to go through now with the Iridescent Blue Green by Pebeo. Whoops, got into my paint. And next color up, I'm going to put down my Metallic Blue by Loft. And we're going to put down that 24 karat gold by Deco Art. And last but not least, I'm going to put that light blue for our final strip. All right, and we're going to go back over with the torch. So here we go. We're going to start up at the top first. And yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want to go down the middle first. I think we're just going to start on the left one. Nah, I'm going to start in the middle. Okay, so Here's my little hair dryer. It's kind of a smaller one. I knew that my canvases were kind of narrow, so I wanted to go with this little bit smaller of a flare out. So here we go. I'm gonna try it on low first, and then if we need to, we'll kick it up on high. Okay, I think I'm pretty pleased with how it came out so far. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of see how it blew out, and the edges came out pretty good as far as how symmetrical, sort of kind of how they're coming down. I might work on that just a little bit right there. I love the shimmering gold this time, the 24 karat gold, way better than the 24 karat gold in that, I think it's Extreme Sheen line. It's not that I don't like the Extreme Sheen, it's just that I'm not seeing it take over so much. It's not floating around in all my other colors. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of fix a few areas. See if we can bring out just a little bit more color in a few places. Maybe up through here just a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead, and I am going to do just a little bit with see what I can find that, yeah, this is acting up just a little bit. Let's try it again. The torch is being kind of wanting to do its own thing here. So I just want to kind of see if there's anything else. I don't want too much of that white webby look to come up, but I have a lot of cool webbing where the went over the white flow. It's hard to see from where you're at. I have a lot of cool gray webbing going on as well with some cool cells. I'm really happy with the 24 karat gold. I love it. Again, that was the Americana. I think that's about all I'm going to do with that. Have a little bit of a blue splatter right there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video for just a little bit. I'm going to touch up the sides and bring you up for a little bit closer of a view. All right, everyone, so here is a different view. This is from the way it would look up on the wall. I love, again, how these colors came out. I'm loving that 24 karat gold. Lots of cells and shimmer. I love the white, what it did for the background. Here's some blue. Go over to the second piece. Again, looks really pretty. Came out really good. Sorry for the glare of my lights. And this is the right piece. And again, apologize for that glare. Kind of stuck in my little supply room here. Came out really, really good. So I'll back up. It's really hard to actually show you all the pieces from this far out, but I'm pretty happy. So we'll wait for the dry result. Hopefully it stays this way, and we'll see how it looks dry. Here's a view of the finished pieces. They've been varnished with 2 coats, and I couldn't be happier. My daughter's gonna be so excited. Here's a close-up. I love that vein of light blue in the center, and I'm really happy I went with that 24 karat gold from Americana, Deco Art Americana. The cells and the lacing are just beautiful. And this is the right one. Lots of cool shimmering going on. This is the right side. So very happy with how they came out. If you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.